Okay, for the third time of trying to record this video. Seriously, last night I recorded a 10-minute video that wouldn't upload and wouldn't save, so I lost it. And then today, when I came back from the hospital this morning, I recorded another 10-minute video packed with information and my thoughts on the liver reduction diet. Unfortunately, as it started to upload, it suddenly went, "Oh, I can't upload," and disappeared. Like, it's gone. So I don't know what the app has done with my two videos that it didn't upload, but not given me access to them. So I shall try and summarise in a shorter video, like all of the stuff that I said in the longer one that I thought would be helpful, but apparently not. Okay, so in summary, if you are going to have gastric sleeve surgery, your liver needs to be shrunk so that it can be moved out of the way. Now, we're not talking about some kind of magical spell that's going to reduce the size of your organs. You have to go on a special diet before your surgery. So the change in eating doesn't just come about afterwards. In fact, a couple of weeks before you have your op, you need to start dieting. Depending on your BMI and other pre-existing conditions, it could be anywhere from 1 week to 4 weeks. I don't know, maybe longer. But the bigger your BMI, the higher the BMI, the longer you will need to do this diet because the bigger your liver will be. And because your liver kind of sits like over the top of your stomach, they need to shrink it so that it becomes more supple and smaller so they can lift it up out of the way to do the operation on your stomach and then put it all back again afterwards. Because the gastric sleeve literally removes about 80% of your stomach. So they need full access from top to bottom. So the pre-op diet, there are 3 general types that tend to be used. One is just a milk and yogurt diet, which is exactly that. I think you have about 3 pints of skimmed milk and a couple of yogurts plus your normal drinks. The second one is similar. It's like a slim fast diet or a meal plan substitute diet. So you basically have, I think it's 3 to 5 shakes a day plus your water and stuff. Or the third one is a food-based option where you basically have to significantly cut your calories down to 800 to 1,000 calories a day. And let me tell you, that's easier said than done, and you are so hungry. 800 calories doesn't go far. You really have to spend those calories carefully to fill your belly. So, yeah, they're the 3 main types. Kind of liquid, meal replacement, or food at very reduced calories. I wasn't given the option. I wasn't told that I could pick. They just said to me, yeah, for the next 2 weeks, you need to cut your calories down to 800 to 1,000. And it has been hard. I mean, I've done it. Every day I've done it. Some days I've had more calories than others, but they have always been under that 1,000 mark. In fact, the majority of my days have been under the 800 mark because I wanted to really make sure that like nothing went wrong and that there was no reason why they couldn't do the surgery. So yeah, there's been some days where I've even ended up like on 500 calories for the day where I've basically barely eaten anything, which is really not good because the side effects of not promoting protein and stuff and not sort of filling up on those first and just having such a small amount of calories is that you feel knackered. You're tired. You're so tired, so fatigued, so weak, lacking energy. And you're hungry and irritable in some cases because you haven't had enough food. And there's pretty much not enough wiggle room to have a Snickers bar in there. So, yeah, I just thought I would let you guys know because the pre-op diet, the liver reduction diet wasn't something I knew about until I was researching the surgery more. and started watching other people on their journeys, and other people mentioned it, which then obviously led me to go down that rabbit hole of finding out what it was all about. It's not been much fun, but it's a necessary part of the procedure. It makes the procedure easier for the surgeons to carry out because they can maneuver your liver around the place to get it out of the way. If you hadn't done that diet, if you were just eating normally right up to kind of 24 hours before surgery, your liver would still be chonky and it would just get in their way and make their jobs that bit harder. And if that happens, they would normally then have to create a large main incision rather than being able to go in and do it laparoscopically, which is how they're doing mine, which basically means I'll only have 5 or 6 small cuts on my abdomen, which will only be really little. So yeah, there will be some scarring, but it's not going to be a big massive cut across my abdomen. But that's another reason why it's really important that they shrink the size of the liver down, because they have to get all of their tools into the different holes so they can do everything. And if your liver's just like, dollop in the way, it just makes it harder. So yeah, I mean, hopefully that's kind of covered the most important bits that I tried to cover in the other 2 videos. I did talk about other stuff, but I'll leave that for another video, and I will come back and do other videos later on about the dietary requirement on the other side of surgery, because that's a whole big thing. But yeah, basically, if you're going to have surgery, just be prepared to be going on a diet for 2 to 4 weeks ahead of time while you still have all of your hunger. I think that's been the hardest part, because afterwards you have reduced portions, but you're more easily satisfied with those small portions. And so you're not feeling hungry. You're feeling satisfied and full, so it doesn't matter that you've had a small amount. Whereas this side of the surgery, you have a small amount and you're like, well, that didn't touch the sides. I want some more food. And you spend the rest of the day hungry. So yeah, anyway, that's basically what I was trying to say. Not quite as eloquently put as the last 2 videos, but there you go. If you have any questions, then give me a shout.